They say mirrors don't reflect reality. They simply show you what they want you to see, and sometimes they stop pretending to be your reflection at all. This story comes from a quiet rural house in Japan, a place passed down through generations, and an object inside it that should have never been uncovered. A tall, lacquer-framed mirror, older than anyone living, always covered in cloth, always ignored, always feared. The rule in the family was simple. Children did not touch it, adults pretended they didn't hear it. And if a voice, gentle, soft, familiar, ever whispered your name near the attic, you pretended it didn't happen and walked away. Years went by. The house changed owners. The warnings stayed, and like all warnings that survive longer than the people who made them, they were eventually treated like superstition, like harmless folklore with no real bite behind it. The new family's son, Kato, didn't believe in curses. And while cleaning the attic one humid evening, with dust in the air and the house creaking like it was exhaling, curiosity finally outweighed caution. He lifted the cloth and uncovered the mirror. He expected age, dust, cracks. But instead he found a surface impossibly clear, so clean it looked more like still water than glass, deep and glossy, as if light fell into it instead of bouncing out. And the moment he saw his reflection, he felt a strange wrongness crawl up his spine, though nothing looked wrong. Yet, Kato leaned closer, studying the reflection that matched him perfectly, too perfectly, like it wasn't. Copying him, but waiting for him to move first. He whispered something to himself, a joke about ghosts, and when his breath fogged the glass, but the reflection stayed sharp and unaffected, the wrongness became undeniable. His laughter died in his throat as he raised his hand to wipe the fog, and when he moved, the reflection stayed perfectly still. Its eyes locked on him, expression frozen in a way that looked less like a mirror, and more like a predator holding its breath. The reflection's head tilted first, a slow, unnatural motion that didn't belong to him, followed by a smile that stretched just a little too wide, revealing teeth just a little too thin, and Kato jerked backward in panic. Slamming the cloth over the glass and running from the attic, heart pounding like it was trying to escape his chest. He told his parents, expecting laughter, but instead their faces fell with a fear he had never seen on them before, the kind that isn't surprised, but resigned. Like they had always known this day would come and prayed they wouldn't to live to see it. That night, as they covered every reflective surface in the house, bathroom mirrors, windows, glossy metal, the house grew tense and still, and then, slowly a faint tapping began echoing through the walls, rhythmic and patient, like fingertips drumming from inside the glass, searching for a weak point. They slept with blankets pinned over every surface, but around 3 a.m., Kato woke with a dry throat and stumbled half awake into the kitchen, the soft fridge light spilling across the room. And on the stainless steel door, he saw a reflection ripple, long-limbed, smiling too wide, watching him like it had been waiting. He froze, unable to breathe, as the reflection lifted a hand in a slow, beckoning motion, and a voice that wasn't a voice at all. More like the scrape of glass on bone, whispered, not through the air, but directly inside his head. Turn, let me finish you. The glass slipped from his hand and shattered, and he fled to his room, sitting against the door until sunrise with every mirror covered and every nerve shaking. And when morning came, the family didn't pack, didn't call anyone, didn't explain. They simply left the house keys still on the table, breakfast plates still set like they had been called away by something that didn't require human time. The house sits empty now, curtains drawn, doors locked, but locals swear that if you walk past after midnight, you'll see movement in the attic window. Not someone looking out, but a figure pressed close to the glass, waiting for someone to uncover it again. And if you ever find an old mirror stored away under cloth, dusty and silent and humming with a faint breath-like vibration, you tell yourself you imagined. Don't try to see what's underneath. Don't test it. Don't look for proof. Because mirrors do not always reflect the world you know. Sometimes they wait for the chance to replace the one who looks. And if your reflection ever smiles first, run.